When you think of Rome, what comes to mind? The Colosseum, right? The crowds, the heat, the chaos. We've all seen the postcards. But what if there was another Rome? A real Rome. One that could actually bring 3 generations of your family together instead of running them ragged. So we took on a mission. We packed up our entire family, from our bouncing off the wall kids to our history buff grandparents, and headed for the Eternal City. And yeah, we were worried. How do you possibly keep a 10-year-old from being bored? How do you make sure your parents, who definitely prefer a slower pace, aren't totally wiped out by lunch? Are there travel possibilities in Rome that work for everyone? Spoiler alert, we found it. And in this video, we're sharing our tips for the authentic neighborhood experiences that made our multi-generational trip to Rome completely unforgettable. We're going to show you where to find the city's real heart, far from the tourist-choked streets, and how you can do it too. Our first big discovery wasn't some ancient ruin. It was a neighborhood, Testaccio. Sorry for my pronunciation. This place isn't on the postcards. It's where Romans actually live, and more importantly, where they eat. Known as the city's culinary heart, Testaccio offers a genuine slice of everyday Roman life. We headed straight for the Mercato Testaccio, the neighborhood market. And let me tell you, this isn't just a spot to buy groceries. It's the community's living room. We saw nanas gossiping over pyramids of bright red tomatoes and vendors shouting greetings to their regulars. The energy was just electric. Our kids, who were pretty skeptical about a market, were suddenly captivated. We turned it into a game. They were on a mission to spot different vegetables they never saw or rare varieties. While my parents got into a deep conversation with a cheese vendor who insisted they try a slice of aged pecorino romano, our kids, who were pretty skeptical about a market, were suddenly captivated. We turned it into a game. They were on a mission to spot different vegetables they never saw or rare varieties. While my parents got into a deep conversation with a cheese vendor who insisted they try a slice of aged pecorino romano, we were just standing there watching the interactions, the passion for food, and the joy. Not some show put on for tourists. We tried fresh-pressed olive oil, slices of prosciutto, and warm bread straight from a baker's stall. The vendors were so passionate, explaining where everything came from and how it was made. It was a sensory experience for all of us. And the street food here, it's the ultimate hack for a family with different tastes. The kids devoured slices of pizza bianca. My husband fell in love with a fried rice ball stuffed with gooey mozzarella, and I got adventurous with a traditional tripe sandwich. My parents were perfectly content just sitting at a little table, sipping coffee and soaking it all in and asking for bites of our food. This neighborhood taught us our first major lesson. If you want to connect with a culture, connect with its food. And in Testaccio, food isn't just fuel. It's the community's lifeblood. It's a place that's walkable, feels safe, and is full of delicious options for every single age group. And ... You can never go wrong with Italian food. Mamma mia. If Testaccio is Rome's stomach, Trastevere is its soul. With its narrow, cobbled streets and ivy-covered buildings. Okay, this is probably what you picture when you dream of Rome. But honestly, we were worried. Cobblestones and grandparents and accident-prone kids. Not always a winning combination. Plus, we'd heard it gets insanely crowded, so we were strategic. We aimed for late afternoon, just as that famous golden Roman light started pouring into the alleyways. We ditched the checklist. Our only goal was to just wander and get lost together. And honestly, it was magic. The grandparents naturally set the pace, pointing out little architectural details I would have blown right past. We gave the kids a mission: find the most intricate doors and hidden courtyards. And suddenly they were more engaged than at any museum. We stumbled upon tiny artisan shops with craftsmen at work and found quiet little piazzas where all you could hear was a splashing fountain and local chatter. The favorite find for us was the Piazza di Santa Maria in Trastevere. It's the heart of the neighborhood, and it's wonderfully flat and opener. Huge relief for my parents. We all sat on the fountain steps just like locals and watched the world go by with some nibbles that we got at the market earlier. The church itself is one of Rome's oldest and is remarkably accessible, which is a game changer if you're traveling with anyone who has mobility issues. As evening approached, Trastevere's famous atmosphere came to life. We found a family-run trattoria on a quiet side street and had one of the best meals of our trip. It felt like we had stepped back in time. And that brought us to lesson number 2. Sometimes the best itinerary is no itinerary. Giving your family the freedom to explore at their own speed can lead to core memories. Look, figuring all this out wasn't easy. It took hours of planning to create a trip that would actually work for everyone, from a 5-year-old to a 75-year-old. So if you're getting some value from these tips for your own family adventure, it would mean the world to us if you hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss what's next. And we really want to hear from you. What's your single biggest challenge when you're trying to plan a trip for the whole family? Drop it in the comments below. Okay, let's talk logistics. Rome is huge. Little legs get tired. So do older legs. Our biggest worry was mobility. How could we possibly see the big iconic sites without someone, child or adult, having a complete meltdown from exhaustion? We found two amazing solutions that turned sightseeing from a chore into a real adventure. First up, the golf cart tour. I'll admit, I was skeptical, thinking it would be touristy, but it was an absolute game changer. For 3 hours, we had a private cart with a local guide zipping us through the city. My parents could sit comfortably, enjoying the breeze, while the kids were squealing with delight. It's the perfect way to cover a lot of ground without the physical strain. Our guide was fantastic. He didn't just shuttle us between the Colosseum and the Pantheon. He took us down secret alleys and showed us incredible viewpoints that brought history to life for everyone. We still saw the big stuff, but in a way that was fun and comfortable for the whole family. Importantly, a lot of these tours can be customized and can even accommodate wheelchairs, making them super inclusive. I'll admit it isn't the sexy elegance of an Italian car, but it's way easier to maneuver through ancient alleyways and faster too. Our second secret weapon: a scavenger hunt. Gamify it for the kids. Instead of just dragging the kids through the Roman Forum, we made it a game. We used a family-friendly app that fed us clues and challenges tied to the history all around us. All of a sudden, ancient ruins weren't boring anymore. They were a mystery we had to solve as a team. The kids were hunting for symbols and solving riddles, and honestly, the adults got just as into it. It was a brilliant way to keep everyone engaged and learning without them even realizing it. Our last authentic experience was, for me, the most special. We booked a private, family-friendly cooking class. After all, food is a universal language, right? What better way to connect with Italian culture and with each other than making pasta completely from scratch? Let's be honest, everyone loves Italian food. We found a class with a chef who was incredibly patient and great with both the kids and the grandparents. That kitchen became our playground. We learned how to mix the flour and eggs, knead the dough, and roll it out into sheets of fettuccine. My kids, who sometimes complain about dinner, were completely focused. My dad, who rarely cooks, was laughing as he tried to shape his pasta with his old man hands. My mom was right there, taking notes and comparing tips from the chef. It was so much more than just cooking. It was all of us working together with our hands covered in flour, creating something. It was one of those rare hands-on activities where age just doesn't matter. And the best part, of course, was sitting down to eat the meal we all made together. Sharing that plate of pasta was a moment of pure connection. We weren't just tourists anymore. We were a family, sharing a home-cooked meal in Rome. So, is Rome the right call for a big family trip? 100%. But you can't just stick to the main attractions. You have to get into the neighborhoods where real life is happening. You have to get creative with how you explore, so it works for everyone. And most of all, you have to look for those experiences that let you truly connect with the culture and, more importantly, with each other. From the food stalls of Testaccio to the quiet streets of Trastevere, from the thrill of a golf cart ride to the simple joy of making pasta. We went looking for the authentic Rome and ended up finding the joy in travel as a family. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, please give the video a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe for more of our family travel guides. We'll see you on the next adventure. Arrivederci, amore.